Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to the Daily English Podcast.
Yes, welcome. If you're new here, this is where you practice real conversations that actually happen in daily life.
Today we're going to explore situations at work, school, and even in job interviews, times when polite and clear English makes all the difference.
We'll practice how to reschedule a meeting, clarify instructions, ask for more time on assignments, confirm exam schedules, and give confident answers in interviews.
Along the way, we'll share key vocabulary, cultural notes, and practice prompts.
So grab your notebook, relax, and let's begin.
Imagine you have a meeting scheduled, but something urgent happens and you can't make it. How do you ask politely to change the time?
One very useful word is reschedule. It means to change the time of a meeting. For example, can we reschedule our call for tomorrow?
Another helpful word is inconvenience. It means something that causes trouble or difficulty. You can say, I apologize for the inconvenience.
And a common word is available. It means free to do something. For example, would you be available on Friday morning?
Let's try this in a real conversation. Good morning, Mr. Lee. I apologize for the inconvenience, but I won't be able to attend our meeting this afternoon. Would it be possible to reschedule for Thursday at 2 p.m.?
Thanks for letting me know. Thursday at 2 works for me. Please send me an updated calendar invite.
Of course. Thank you for your flexibility.
Notice how the speaker didn't just cancel. They apologized first, then offered a new time. That shows respect and makes it easier for the other person to agree.
And the phrase, would it be possible, is polite. It softens the request instead of sounding like an order.
In many Western countries, rescheduling is common as long as you ask politely. But in some cultures, people might see it as rude unless the reason is serious. That's why being polite is important everywhere.
Let's give our listeners some practice. Try changing the sentence, we change meeting, into a polite request.
Let's practice another way. Fill in the blank. Would it be blank to move our meeting to Friday?
Here, you can say possible. So the full sentence is, would it be possible to move our meeting to Friday? That's a polite and very common way to ask.
And this type of blank exercise is useful because it makes your brain remember the phrase, not just listen passively.
Let's try one more. Think of one polite phrase you would use to ask for a new time. It could be, would you be available on Friday morning? Or could we reschedule for later this week?
The important thing is you're practicing flexible, polite ways to say the same idea. That's how English becomes natural for you.
So once the meeting is rescheduled, the next challenge is making sure you actually understand the tasks you have to do.
Exactly. Sometimes you get instructions at work, but they're not always clear. If you're not sure, the worst thing is to stay silent. Asking politely is better because it shows you care about doing the job right.
And one very useful word is clarify. To clarify means to make something clearer. For example, could you clarify the instructions, please? That shows you're paying attention.
Another helpful word is confirm. To confirm means to check if something is correct. For instance, I just want to confirm the deadline. This tells the other person that you want to be accurate.
And, of course, we have instructions. That simply means the directions or steps you are told to follow. For example, the manager gave me clear instructions.
If you're still unsure, asking for an example is a smart move. Could you give me an example of the report you want? Examples make abstract ideas more concrete.
Let's see how this works in a real exchange. Excuse me, I just want to confirm the task. Should I prepare the slides in English only or in both English and Spanish?
Good question. Please prepare them in both languages. That will be very helpful.
Thank you for clarifying. I'll do that.
Notice something here. The speaker didn't just say, I don't understand, which can sound a bit negative. Instead, they said, I just want to confirm. That's softer and more professional.
And here's the good news. You have options. You can say, I just want to clarify the instructions, or I just want to make sure I understand the instructions.
Even, I just want to double check the instructions. That one is slightly more casual, but still polite and respectful.
And sometimes it's not just about instructions. You may need to ask for help directly. Many learners feel shy, but asking for help politely shows you're proactive, not weak.
Exactly. A very useful phrase is, "Would you mind helping me with this?" It's softer than just saying, "Help me."
Another one is, could you please explain that part again? Adding please makes it sound kind and respectful.
You can also say, "I'm having a little difficulty with this section. Could you guide me?" Notice how the phrase, "a little difficulty," makes it sound less heavy.
Let's try this in a role play. Excuse me, I'm having a little difficulty with the new software. Would you mind showing me how to log in?
Sure, no problem. Let me walk you through it step by step.
Thank you so much. That really helps.
See how natural that sounded? The speaker asked politely, explained the problem briefly, and expressed gratitude.
And this is important culturally too. In Western workplaces, asking for help is often seen as teamwork. In some Asian cultures, people hesitate because they don't want to bother others. But if you use polite language, most colleagues will respect you.
Let's practice. Change "help me with this" into a polite question.
You could say, would you mind helping me with this?
Or fill in the blank. "I'm having a little blank with this task."
The answer is difficulty. So the full sentence is, I'm having a little difficulty with this task.
These phrases all show carefulness. They tell the listener that you're not careless or lazy, you just want to get it right. Let's practice together. Change the sentence, "I don't understand," into a polite question.
You could say, I just want to confirm, or could you clarify that part, please?
Or you can fill in this blank. "I just want to blank the instructions."
Confirm, clarify, make sure I understand, double check, all of these fit.
Now the office task is clear, but let's move into another place where English matters. School or university. What if you need more time to finish your assignment?
At work, you might need to clarify instructions, but in school or university, the challenge can be different. Sometimes you need more time to finish an assignment. How do you ask politely without sounding lazy?
A useful word here is extension. An extension means extra time to complete something. For example, "I requested an extension for my essay."
Another helpful word is deadline. That's the final time or date when something must be finished. For example, the deadline for the report is Friday.
And an important phrase is, "I apologize for the inconvenience." It shows you respect the teacher's time and rules.
Let's try this in a short role play. Professor, I apologize for the inconvenience, but I need a little more time to complete the research paper. Would it be possible to submit it next Tuesday instead of this Friday?
I understand. Next Tuesday is fine, but please make sure it's the final version.
Thank you so much for your understanding. I'll make sure it's complete and polished.
Notice how the speaker didn't just say, "I can't finish." They apologized, explained briefly, and suggested a new date. That shows responsibility.
Yes, and the phrase, would it be possible, keeps the request polite. It doesn't sound demanding.
And here's the culture side. In American or European universities, students are often encouraged to ask for extensions if they have good reasons. But in some countries, deadlines are strict, and asking for more time might be seen as irresponsible unless there's a very strong excuse.
That's why it's important to always be polite and to show that you still care about the quality of your work.
Let's practice. Change "I can't finish" into a polite request.
You could say, I apologize, but may I have a short extension? Or would it be possible to submit it next week?
Here's another one. Fill in the blank. The blank for this assignment is Friday.
The answer is deadline. The full sentence is, the deadline for this assignment is Friday.
And now, try creating your own polite sentence with the word extension. For example, "I requested an extension for my project."
So we've learned how to ask for more time on assignments. But another common situation for students is exams. Sometimes the schedule can be confusing and you want to make sure you have the right date and time.
A useful word here is confirm. To confirm means to check that something is correct. For example, could you confirm the exam time, please?
Another helpful word is schedule. A schedule is the plan of dates and times for events. For example, the exam schedule is posted online.
And one more is location. That means the place where something happens. For example, the exam location is room 204.
Let's try it in a role play. Excuse me, could you confirm whether the math exam is on Thursday or Friday?
Sure, it's on Friday at 10 a.m. in the main hall.
Thank you for clarifying. I'll mark it down.
Did you notice? Instead of saying, I don't know, the student asked, could you confirm? That's polite and professional.
And repeating the answer is also smart. Okay, Friday at 10 a.m. in the main hall. Saying it back helps you remember and shows you understood.
Culturally, this also changes. In some countries, exam details are strictly posted, and students are expected to check carefully on their own. Teachers may not answer repeated questions.
But in other places, it's normal to confirm directly with teachers or classmates. The important thing is, if you're not sure, ask politely so you don't miss the exam.
Let's practice. Change when is exam into a polite question.
You could say, could you confirm when the exam will take place?
Fill in the blank. The exam blank is posted online.
The answer is schedule. So the full sentence is the exam schedule is posted online.
And try creating one short sentence with the word location. For example, the exam location is the lecture hall.
Now, there's another real-life challenge many learners face. What if you don't agree with someone? How do you disagree politely in English?
Yes, this is tricky. If you just say, you're wrong, it can sound rude. But with the right phrases, you can share your opinion respectfully.
One useful phrase is, I see your point, but I think... This shows you listened first, then shared your view.
Another one is, that's interesting. Another way to look at it is, this makes your opinion sound like an addition, not an attack.
And you can use, I understand, but I have a different perspective. That word perspective means way of seeing something.
Let's role play. Coworker. I think we should finish the report today.
You, I see your point, but I think it would be better to finish tomorrow so we can double-check the details.
Notice how polite that was? No fighting, just respectful disagreement. Culturally, in Western workplaces, disagreeing politely shows confidence and critical thinking. In some Asian workplaces, people may avoid open disagreement to keep harmony. But with polite phrases, you can still share your ideas without offending anyone.
Let's practice together. Change "you're wrong" into a polite sentence.
You could say, I see your point, but I think differently.
Or fill in the blank. That's blank. Another way to look at it is...
The answer is interesting. So the full sentence is, that's interesting. Another way to look at it is...
Excellent. With these phrases, you can disagree and still sound respectful, a skill that's very useful in both school and work.
Good. Now, we've covered exams, but there's one more big step many people face after school: job interviews. That's where polite English really helps you shine.
A useful word here is opportunity. It means a chance to do something good. For example, thank you for the opportunity to interview today.
Another important word is strength. A strength is something you are good at. For example, one of my strengths is communication.
And the opposite is weakness. That means something you are not so strong at. For example, one weakness is that sometimes I take on too many tasks.
That way, your weakness doesn't sound negative. It sounds like an area of improvement.
Culturally, interviews also differ. In the US and Europe, showing confidence and highlighting your strengths is important. Employers expect you to speak proudly about your skills.
But in some Asian cultures, being too self-promoting may seem arrogant. Humility is more respected. That's why balancing confidence with respect is the key.
Let's practice. Change "I good at English" into a professional answer.
You could say, one of my strengths is English communication.
Fill in the blank. Thank you for the blank to interview today.
The answer is opportunity. So the full sentence is, thank you for the opportunity to interview today.
And try creating one short sentence with the word weakness. For example, one weakness is that I sometimes get nervous speaking in public.
Nicely done. These phrases will help you sound polite and confident no matter where your interview is.
And now that we've practiced rescheduling meetings, clarifying tasks, asking for extensions, confirming exam schedules, and job interviews, let's take a moment to review everything we've learned. We just talked about job interviews, but the conversation doesn't end there. After an interview, it's polite to follow up.
Yes, sending a short thank you message shows professionalism. You can say, thank you for taking the time to meet with me. I really enjoyed our conversation.
Or you could say, I appreciate the opportunity and look forward to hearing from you.
These small words leave a positive impression. And culturally, in places like the US or Europe, following up after an interview is almost expected. But in some countries, people may feel it's unnecessary. Still, a polite thank you is never wrong.
And while we're on the topic of follow-ups, let's not forget about polite phone calls and emails. These are also part of modern professional English.
Exactly. On the phone, a common polite phrase is, good morning. May I speak to Mr. Smith, please? Adding may I and please makes it formal and respectful.
Another example is, I'm calling to confirm our appointment. That's short, clear, and polite.
In emails, you can start with, I hope this message finds you well. It's a warm and polite opening line.
And you can close with, thank you for your time and consideration. That leaves a positive impression.
Let's practice quickly. Change "send me details" into a polite email line.
You could say, could you please send me the details at your convenience?
Nice. Notice the phrase "at your convenience." That means when it's comfortable for you, so it doesn't sound pushy.
With small changes like these, your emails and calls sound professional and respectful, and people respond more positively.
Let's practice. Change "thanks interview" into a polite sentence.
You could say, thank you for the interview opportunity.
Fill in the blank. I really meeting with you today.
The answer is enjoyed. So the full sentence is, I really enjoyed meeting with you today.
Now, let's connect to another real-life challenge. What if you make a mistake at work or school? How do you admit it politely?
A good phrase is, I'm sorry, that was my mistake. Simple, honest, and respectful.
And you can add a solution. I'm sorry, that was my mistake. I'll correct it right away.
That shows responsibility.
Let's role play. I'm sorry, I sent the wrong file earlier. That was my mistake. I'll send a correct one immediately.
Thank you for fixing it so quickly. I appreciate your honesty.
Did you notice? The mistake was admitted directly, no excuses, and then a solution was given. That builds trust.
And culture plays a part too. In many workplaces, admitting mistakes honestly is respected more than hiding them.
Let's practice. Change "not my fault" into a polite sentence that takes responsibility.
You could say, I'm sorry, that was my mistake.
Fill in the blank. I'll blank it right away.
The answer is correct. So the full sentence is, I'll correct it right away.
Great. Now we've seen how to follow up after interviews and how to handle mistakes politely.
Which means we're ready to look back at everything we've learned today and practice one more time before we finish. Before we finish, let's quickly review all the key vocabulary we learned today.
Yes, a short review helps the words stay fresh in your memory.
First, reschedule. To reschedule means to change the time of a meeting. Example, can we reschedule for tomorrow?
Inconvenience. That means trouble or difficulty. I apologize for the inconvenience.
Available. Free to do something. Are you available on Friday morning?
Possible. Something that can happen. Would it be possible to meet next week?
Clarify. To make something clear. Could you clarify the instructions?
Confirm. To check if something is correct. I just want to confirm the deadline.
Instruction. The directions you are told to follow. The teacher gave me clear instructions.
Example. Something that shows the idea. Could you give me an example?
Double check. To check again. Let me double check the details.
Extension. Extra time to complete something. May I have an extension for my paper?
Deadline. The final date or time something must be finished. The deadline is Friday.
Submit. To hand in or give officially. I will submit my assignment online.
Schedule. The plan of dates and times. The exam schedule is posted online.
Location. The place where something happens. The exam location is room 204.
Mark down. To write something quickly so you don't forget. I'll mark down the time.
Opportunity. A chance to do something good. Thank you for the opportunity to interview.
Strength. Something you are good at. One of my strengths is teamwork.
Weakness. Something you are not strong at. One weakness is speaking too fast.
Confident. Feeling sure of yourself. She gave a confident answer in the interview.
And thank you. A polite expression of gratitude. Thank you for your time.
Appreciate. To be thankful for something. I appreciate your help.
Enjoyed. To have a good experience. I really enjoyed meeting with you.
Mistake. Something done wrong. I made a small mistake in the report.
Correct. To fix something wrong, I'll correct the error right away.
And finally, responsibility. Being accountable for something. I take responsibility for the mistake.
Excellent. These words are powerful tools. They help you sound polite, professional, and confident in daily life.
Now that we've reviewed the vocabulary, let's do a quick practice challenge together.
Yes, these little challenges help you test yourself and make the words unforgettable.
First challenge. Change this into a polite request. We change meeting.
You could say, would it be possible to reschedule our meeting?
Second challenge. Fill in the blank. The exam blank is posted online.
The answer is schedule. So the sentence is, the exam schedule is posted online.
Third challenge. Make a sentence with the word extension.
For example, I asked my professor for an extension on my essay.
Fourth challenge. Turn this into a professional answer. I good at English.
You could say, one of my strengths is English communication.
And last challenge. Imagine you made a mistake at work. Say one polite sentence to admit it.
You could say, I'm sorry, that was my mistake. I'll correct it right away.
Well done. If you practiced with us, you've taken another step towards sounding more natural in English.
Today we covered so many useful situations, rescheduling meetings, clarifying tasks,
asking for extensions, confirming exams, job interviews, follow-ups, and even handling mistakes.
Remember, learning English is not only about words. It's about confidence, politeness, and connecting with people across cultures.
Exactly. Every time you practice, you're building skills that will help you at work, in school, and in daily life.
Thank you so much for joining us today.
If you found this episode helpful, please subscribe to our channel and give it a like.
Yes, and don't forget to share it with a friend who is also learning English. Learning is always easier when we do it together.
And leave us a comment below. Tell us which phrase or situation you found most useful today.
Your support means so much. Every like, every share, and every comment helps other learners around the world find this podcast. Together, we can make English practice simple, helpful, and unforgettable.
Take care, and we'll see you in the next episode of the Daily English Podcast.